Lee Rous and Andy Gardner are Plump DJs. Now, in case you don't know who Plump DJs are, they're a producer and DJ team in electronic dance music. Lee Rous will be spinning his thing down at Famous in Patong later this evening, and it is now our great pleasure to welcome to the Radio Indochine mothership, crucial producer and okay DJ, Mr. Lee Rous. How are you, buddy?
Very well. How are you? Nice to be here. I mustn't
grumble, I know. Oh, welcome. When did you arrive?
Last night on a sort of long trip from... where were we? Gold Coast.
Goldie.
Yeah. So I was pretty tired and blurred when I got picked up, but I'm feeling good now after spending a day on the beach.
Excellent. You're all set to go tonight down at Famous in Patong?
Yeah, getting excited about the Famous Club.
It's really
heard a lot about it, so yeah, can't wait to get there.
You'll love it. I'll be the guy down there up the front dancing in one flip-flop with a sweet chili sauce mustache. You can't miss me.
Like the sound of that. Can I ever go too?
Oh,
we could both do the one flip-flop dance.
Dude, stop it. All right, now let's go way back. Jump in my DeLorean. What's your earliest memory of being touched by music? And I don't mean in a creepy scout leader kind of way. I'm talking more of a profound way. Andrew and myself both sort of grew up in similar musical environments. Both our parents were into Motown and rock. Yeah.
And I think one of my earliest musical memories was I was donated 2 albums from my parents. One of them was a present, which was the Jungle Book theme tune album, the whole sort of themescape, and the other one was Cliff Richard's Greatest Hits, which was not really the most inspirational on first glimpse, but they actually turned out to be quite seminal pieces of bodies of work for me in the end.
There'd be some good samples on those records.
Yeah. I do know all the words to the Jungle Book, like back to front now, which is great.
Awesome. And you mentioned Andy. How did you and Andy meet, and then subsequently how did you form Plump DJs?
We met for a mutual friend, Matt Cantor, who's in a band called the Freestylers.
Yep.
But this was a long time before he did the Freestylers. Him and I went to university, and we were studying design, and we used to go out raving basically. And he introduced me to one of his friends, who was Andrew, and we all got on really well for years. And Andrew and Matt made a very famous record, Strike, You Sure Do, back in the day. And then Matt went on to work as the Freestylers, and I ended up working with Andy, formed the Plumps.
Nice one. Initially, you were pretty heavy on the breaks, and Plump DJs have sort of most recently diversified to incorporate a broader sort of style. Was this a conscious decision, or did your record company push you into it?
Well, actually, contrary, we actually moved from our record company, Finger Licking Records, which is synonymous with breakbeat, funky breakbeat, throughout the sort of early part of the turn of the big century. And really to give ourselves more freedom. We weren't being inspired by much of the breakbeat that we were hearing at the time a couple of years ago, and wanted to experiment with different styles, and started our own record label, Grand Hotel Records, and we've been doing that for about 2 years now. So we're finally getting our on our feet now, and people are playing our music, and still enjoying it.
Yeah, right. Excellent. No worries. I don't think the people at home heard that. That was just me being crazy. Excellent answer.
That's all right.
What we're going to do now, though, being super slick, and I hope we get through all of this, is play an offering that one of your earlier tracks.
Yes, the earliest. Almost the earliest.
The earliest. Now, tell us about this one just briefly before we hear it.
Electric Disco, yeah. Andy and I made an EP. There's a record on one side called Plumpy Chunks, which is quite a famous record for some of our fans, and this was on the other side, Electric Disco, and it's one of my favourites. It's just all about the bass line, really, and a huge build 3/4 of the way through, so hope you enjoy it.
I hope we get 3/4 of the way through, because this thing's loading so damn slow. All right, here we go. Let's give it a whirl. It's Electric Disco. We're here with Lee Rous, one half of Plump DJs, before he goes and plays Famous in Patong tonight. Easy does it on Radio Indochine 92.75 FM and around the world at radioindochine.com. Oh, how about that for a slick end? Easy does it here. That's Electric Disco from the Plump DJs. Nice. We're here with one half of the Plump DJs, of course, Mr. Lee Rous. Now, Lee, you blokes have earned the status, I'm talking Plump DJs, as industry heavyweights. Now, mainly through the success of releases like a Plump Night Out and Eargasm, which in turn led to the run of the awesome nights you had at Fabric in London. Now, Andy couldn't be here. I believe he's getting some sort of breast augmentation done in Bangkok. But you're here, and you're playing at Famous tonight down in Patong. Representing.
Yeah.
What do you reckon the punters can expect tonight? Is it pretty much a Plump DJs thing minus Andy, or are you just going to slide out wide and do something different?
I'm going to, basically represent for the both of us. I mean, we've spent so much time together, and we still do. We're almost sort of two halves of of a coin, really, and musically we're both into exactly the same thing, so you're going to get a good slice of where our heads are at the moment. And we're playing, we're mixing it up. We're playing a lot of new stuff, a lot of old stuff. Yeah, something new, something old, something borrowed, and something blue.
Oh, excellent. Our breakfast announcer, Crazy Fool, does that every... I wish this was a visual medium. Anyway, enough said. Now, look, if you weren't a DJ and a producer travelling the world and all that, what might you be doing?
I'm not sure. I love fishing, so I might be fishing, but then... Yeah, it'd be quite a lonely future,
Yeah, river monsters on the Thames.
Exactly.
Wicked.
I was pretty good at cleaning cars, but there wasn't much future in that because we did something else.
Of course.
And I love putting on parties. I used to promote in London, promoted in London for like 8 years, so that was a good tour of duty and, another love of mine, so...
Promoting.
Yeah.
I was going to pull up Rolls Royce's car wash, but we don't have it, unfortunately. So
that would be good. Detailing.
Yeah.
Detailing for the Royals.
How good's that? Now, here at on Easy Does It, every Tuesday, or most Tuesdays when I'm not that drunk, we do a thing called Tuesday Cheesy Tunes. And basically, people think of the cheesiest tune ever recorded. It could be, I don't know, Agadoo. And they SMS their selections in, and right after 6 o'clock, we'll play Tuesday's cheesiest tune. And you'll win a crap prize. So if you've got a Tuesday cheesy tune selection, Mr. Lee Rous.
You've put me right on the spot.
Haven't I just?
That's serious. Probably Strike You sure do.
All right, cool. We'll get that on for you in a minute, mate. All right, so you're playing down at Famous tonight. Awesome. You kick off a bit later. Where can people, if they can't get down to Famous in Patong or they're listening some other part of the world, where can people sample your wares?
I missed that completely. I was just still thinking about cheesy tunes. You won't hear any cheesy tunes at Patong nightclub, that's for sure.
You certainly will not hear
famous
in Patong. No, mate. Okay, so people can't make it down to the gig tonight and they're or maybe listening in another part of the world. Where can we hear your stuff? Have you got a website?
Yeah. plumpdjs.co.uk or check the SoundCloud out, which is really cool. You can download stuff and listen to all our recent mixes. We've just done a really good mix for Mixmag, actually, for the Mixmag SoundCloud, which has been really well received. And I think probably one of the best mixes we've done since Elastic Breaks, which is probably 10 years ago. So pick that one up off the Mixmag SoundCloud.
Call the cops. Lee Rous from Plump DJs. Thanks for stopping by on Easy Does It Radio Industry 92.75.
Nice.
Before we kick on, I'm going to give you the choice here. Flip a coin. Do you want to hear your remix of Mars Pump Up the Volume, or do you want to hear Gesto Funk Say It Again?
Gesto Funk Say It Again.
Who doesn't? Oh, hello.
Yeah.